Welcome to Riding Heidelberg, which is the new series I'm starting here today. As the name suggests, it's all about riding in and around Heidelberg. It's the Rhein-Neckar region here. I moved here 4 years ago and it's really fantastic for cycling, I have to say. And I want to take you with me to some of the rides that I love around here, some of the segments and areas that are so cool, everything from endurance stuff in the flats up to climbing and going off-road in the Odenwald area. So here's the first ride I will take you with me to. And for this one, we keep it very simple. It's an endurance ride with a bit of gravel in between. We go via cycling lanes to Sandhausen, enter the woods. There we take a pretty cool gravel bike compatible single trail segment and then via the open fields back to Heidelberg. It's a easy starting point. Let's go. So here we are departing from Heidelberg, and this here takes us to one of the well-known exits. But this guy here in front of me, here, he takes a line that I never took before seeing him, and then I stole it from him, because going through this little crossing where usually there are pedestrians, but if there are none, it's so much quicker and really cool. And now I turn right here to go off-road in the middle of the city, which is pretty cool that you can do it. Here you have like some sandy stuff, depending on which path you take. There are many, as you will see in a second. You can even go in deep sand or on pretty gnarly rocks just in the middle of the city, only for a few minutes. But it's really fun that you can do this in your hometown, and a bit more fun than just taking the cycle path that is here on my left hand side. Here, if you take the right stuff on my right hand side, there you will get to the even gnarlier and sandy bits. Pretty dope. So for today's tour, we're taking the traditional exit of Heidelberg, which goes over some good bike lanes, bike path stuff, where you can go pretty darn fast most of the time, except on summer days when it's quite crowded, then you need to be a bit careful. If you start in the city center of Heidelberg, it takes you barely 10 minutes to be in a section like this one. Really out of town, no cars, bike path, open fields. So really cool if you don't enjoy riding in a urban city area. No more stop signs, no more traffic lights. To me, really optimal for riding. Let me tell you why I think that is a pretty excellent cycling region here. To me, what really matters is like having varied terrain, and this we certainly do. Road, gravel, mountain bike, all of this, pretty good infrastructure. And then you can take flat roads for a long time, and you can climb. You can have technical stuff, you can have easy stuff. So that is pretty good. And then landscape wise, we have forest, deep forest, open fields. And that is really good because visually you can find different things if you are in different moods. And always seeing the same if you ride a lot, of course, gets boring as well. So that's why I think this region here really is one of the best for cycling. Here we are, we just left the pavement, entered the first gravel section of the ride. Ahead of us is a little but pretty steep ramp, and then after this ramp comes the entrance to the first, or not the first, but the entrance to the single trail section of the ride. As you will see, I'm going to miss the turn and instead do a 360, no, not a 360, like a 270 to enter it, and then we are there. So this little single trail section here I took it before, but couldn't exit where I wanted to exit because it was blocked. Let's see if now with less vegetation it works. If not, we need to turn around. Pretty nice, you know. You just leave the roads and right away you're on some not too technical gravel bike compatible bike single trail, so that's really good. So I can already tell you that starting this series in winter is probably a dumb idea, because it's obviously the least beautiful time when it comes to how the landscape looks like. So yeah, I will definitely do more of this in spring and summer when it's beautiful, but you still should get a good idea of what the riding is like. And then let's be honest, having good winter riding is also pretty valuable. Oh yeah, cobblestones on a motorway crossing bridge. So this morning I was in a bit of a rush to get out and I forgot to put on my overshoes, and even though luckily it's not wet, I'm getting pretty cold on my feet. I know there are folks out there who believe that real gravel means to ride on endless straight roads. If you're such a straight road truther, you will also find your sections in our area, so come and join us. Actually, I had to pick between a lot of different sections that are kind of like this, and we have them. You can come here from Kansas to Heidelberg. All the routes that I make videos about here, I will also make available in a Komoot collection, which I will link to in the description below, so that you can easily find them and ride them for yourself if you ever come riding in the Heidelberg or Rhein-Neckar region. If you're there, I wouldn't mind if you leave a little like and subscribe to the channel, because that helps with doing more of that stuff.
Shut up and sit down.
I mean, it's kind of hard to capture mud and the severity of mud on camera, and that shit here is not the worst, but it's pretty nasty, to be honest. What is the difference between overshoes and no overshoes? Cold feet. This is really one of the more fun segments. We're at Hockenheim Ring, famous racetrack, car racing track here in Germany. Formula 1 used to ride here back in the days, and other fast cars. And yeah, it's a pretty cool ride around here, you will see. talk another second about riding in the winter. So, of course, Heidelberg is not Girona, Spain. It's not Mallorca or the Canary Islands. But we have like one of the mildest climates in Germany, and we also have a very limited amount of rain and snow in the winter, which, yeah, of course, riding in the sun and going to a different country is probably the best option for serious winter training. But the second best option is to be in an area where you're not stuck to the indoor trainer from November till March, and that you certainly aren't around here. It's the middle of December as I'm recording this, and as you can see, it's really fair conditions for outdoor riding. My feet are so cold that I just struggled for half a minute to a minute to click in my pedals, because yeah, that was like disgusting. If you cannot move your feet well and basic stuff like this doesn't work, you know you made a big mistake to forget your overshoes. So kids, don't do it. Don't forget your overshoes. I just hope the path ahead isn't like the stuff next to me. This segment here now is like a lot of paved stuff without cars. That's super videogenic, but from a riding perspective pretty cool, because you can just push, there are no cars, no traffic. At this time of the year, no riders. So yeah, pretty good section just for endurance riding, or even if you like doing intervals on the flats, you can even do this. So no traffic is really valuable, at least in my book. And from here we can have a pretty good view on the mountain ranges that are around Heidelberg. Of course, mountain ranges, quote unquote, because by standards of proper mountains these are rather small ones. But anyways, you can get climbing, and in different episodes, upcoming episodes, I will show you how these climbs are, how the mountains here are, and how the off-road riding there is, which, spoiler alert, it's pretty good. So the ride is in the books. Arriving at home in a minute. It was like 1 hour 50. Few fun segments. Good one.